You fought not only the enemy, but prejudice, and you won. On February 19th, 1942, President Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066. Executive Order 9066 allowed the United States government to round up Japanese Americans and people with Japanese ancestry and place them in concentration camps spread across the United States. And this was possible without these individuals having due process. Due process is one right that we hang our hats on in the United States. And it is one reason that we revolted against the British back in 1775. These Americans were not allowed that due process. When Pearl Harbor was bombed, Americans rushed to the draft offices to submit their names to enlist into service for the United States. These people included Japanese Americans who wanted to serve their country, but the Japanese Americans were denied that right, and they were even given a different title: enemy non-alien. It's bad enough when you call an American an enemy, even when that American is volunteering his or her life to serve their country. But they were also listed as non-alien. A non-alien is what you call an American citizen, but in the most negative light possible. Those Japanese Americans were rejected from service. Now, as World War II progressed, the United States government realized that they were lacking certain manpower to win this war. So they allowed Japanese Americans to enlist into the military, which doesn't really make sense. But overnight, thousands of Japanese American men and women volunteered to wear the same uniforms of their captors and the same uniforms of the guards who were keeping them in those concentration camps to fight and serve for their country. The country that put them there in the first place. And those Japanese Americans were placed into an all-segregated unit, the 442nd. In the Second World War, the 442nd was given the most dangerous of missions, and they had the highest casualty rate of any unit proportionally, and they also became the most decorated unit in the Second World War. When the 442nd returned from World War II, President Truman invited them to the White House lawn, and he told them, "You fought not only the enemy, but prejudice, and you won."